Hey, what's up guys? In this video I'm going to be explaining the important bits of the ozone imager when you're mastering your tracks. This applies to any imager, but we're just going to be focusing on this one. So one of the important things to know is, or keep in mind, it's very important, is monocompatibility. And things aren't played in mono, but it's really important that you have, kind of good correlation. And the important meter, there's two of them. One of them is right here, this +1, 0, and -1. You never want it to dip past 0, and you definitely don't want it to be anywhere near the -1. You want to be in the +1. And Ozone has a really cool feature where you can select this guy, and you can actually see the correlation over time. And if you have correlation going into the negative, then you need to look at your mix and figure out what is going on, because that will cause some weird cancellation and generally won't sound right. You want to be, obviously near the +1, but above the 0. You want to kind of be in this area, right? And you can kind of see it here. So check this out. Right, we're well within that 0 part. If we select all bands, let's say, and we kind of boost the width on all bands, you'll notice that it goes into the red. Right, and that doesn't sound good, and yeah, the reverb's kind of ringing out. Yeah, you want to keep it, well in between these two right here, common middle ground, right? It's okay to have, stereo material, but once it gets to be like too stereo-ish, then you get like wishy-washy sounds. It won't sound right on certain playback devices, and it just doesn't sound balanced. So say if you are in that situation, one of the first things you can do to kind of improve that, I'll just select all bands, double click on all these to reset them, is take out the stereo width in the low end, because that is what is more prominent and accumulates more. If you look at, say, an equalizer in the spectrum, there's more weight on the low end than on the high end, so that low end stuff really pokes through. So yeah, you'll have the stereo, and don't worry about that. The reverb's kind of ringing out. That's fine. Don't worry about kind of taking away the wideness of the low end. You really shouldn't be having that. Just out of practice. Right, so that basically improved it pretty well. Might not be needed in this situation, but if you want to take out the stereo width of the low end and then gently kind of curve this up to maintain like the stereo balance, and you can accentuate the high end. The high end is more forgiving of that sort of thing, just because the frequencies are, tighter together. But yeah, that's very important. So you can look at these different stereo readouts. But the important thing is this correlation right here, and then this correlation, -1, 0, and +1. And I hope that will clear up some confusion. And I hope you enjoyed. Take care and have a good one.